No, thank you very much, colleagues. Now that we know who's here, we can start with our meeting. Let's start with a bit of a background. The committee convened on the 18th of June, 2025, took some resolutions. And some of the resolutions are that we must bring in the ministry, which is the minister and deputy ministers, so that we understand the roles that the ministry played in all of this thing. The committee took a resolution that the chairperson must write to all panelists for them to indicate the roles that they have played in the process, because a day before that, the committee had received a confirmation letter from the minister indicating that these members would have been members that were appointed by her to serve on the board, on the panel to appoint city board chairpersons. The chairperson wrote to the panelists as per the instruction and gave them until the 25th of June 2025 as per the instruction of or the resolution of the committee, and all members that we wrote to responded, clarifying their participation in the process. Like I said, even before that, we're busy, we're seized with a period of budget debates in Parliament, and we had no time to meet as budget debate moved from or continued from Tuesday till Friday. We were lucky last week, the 11th, that we were granted the day, because if you look at the parliamentary program, there were not too many budget vote debates there. There were few, and that is why the chair of chairs had granted us that opportunity. Unfortunately, we could not sit because of what I said earlier. We applied for today, and we were granted the date today. So that's why we're here. So the panelists did write to us on Tuesday, the 15th of July. We wrote to all of them, informing them or reminding them that the meeting will sit this Friday, and we expect them, as we had indicated before, to come read their statements into the records. And we did receive confirmation of attendance from Dr. Rulane Ngwenya, the DDG Rulane Ngwenya, that she will be here. We received a confirmation from Mr. Mabuza Ngubane that he will be here. We received an apology letter from, or with the doctor's note from Nelisi Osimane, that she's not well. She's been booked off sick until today. We received confirmation of attendance from Advocate Terry Mutau. And in the afternoon, I received an apology from the minister, which I will read to members. Upon receiving the apology from the minister, I responded to her and I indicated that I'm not accepting her apology because it does not make sense. Why would she not be available for today? So maybe I must just read it. so that at least as we move along together. So the minister wrote to us on the 15th around 2 p.m. And the apology reads as follows. Dear Honorable Litsie, apology on portfolio committee meeting scheduled for 16 and 18 July 2025. And I'm quoting everything, you know, because I acknowledge your invitation to the portfolio committee meetings on higher education. I regrettably will not be able to attend the meetings mentioned above due to the following reasons. On 16 July 2025, which was on Wednesday, I will be presenting before the ESIEID Cabinet Committee on progress made so far in resolving NSFAS challenges, and later travel to Eastern Cape Province, where from 17 to 18 July 2025, I will be attending the SAFETA GBVF awareness campaign and college SRC induction respectively. Allow me to tender my apology to you and the entire committee in this regard. Duly signed by the minister. On the same evening, I responded to the minister, because if you read her letter there, it indicates that on Friday, today, she will be attending SRC inductions. So I wrote to her on the same day, in the early evening, late afternoon. I said, Dear Dr. Nkabane MP, response to your apologies for the portfolio committee meetings on 16 and 18 July 2025. One, I acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 15 July 2025, responding to the invitation of the committee and the portfolio committee scheduled for 16 and 18 July 2025. I accept the apology for the meeting of the 16th July due to your cabinet responsibilities and the importance of the subject for discussion. However, the apology for the meeting on 18 July 2025 is hereby not acceptable owing to the importance of the meeting. Whilst I acknowledge the importance of TVET colleges and an induction of governance structures, such as the SRC, the meeting of the portfolio committee dealing with the follow-up deliberation in respect to the independent panel for the selection and recommendation of the CITES Accounting Authority chairperson is a priority. The reconvening of this meeting forms part of the committee's resolution taken at the meeting held on 18 June 2025. The committee has also requested for a special permission from the House chairperson of committees to be allowed to convene this meeting outside of its Wednesday meeting slot so that it does not clash with the minister's cabinet responsibilities. Section 92, subsection 2 of the Constitution mandates that members of the cabinet are accountable both collectively and individually to Parliament for their action. Thus, your presence in this meeting on Friday is critical for the committee to fulfill its constitutional oversight mandate. And in conclusion, I request that you kindly reconsider your decision not to attend the meeting of the 18th of July based on the matters raised above. It is not my intention to seek other alternative means within the legislative framework to compel you to come to the meeting. Yours sincerely. I sent the letter on Tuesday the 15th, literally just indicating to the minister that this meeting is very important and we expect her to attend. And then yesterday afternoon, the 17th, we received an apology from the minister for this meeting. I'm trying to open it for you so that I can read it for you. I don't want to misquote. I hope you've been listening, members, now. I've got terrible flu here. Can't find it here. Please send it to me. No. What's wrong? I found it. So yesterday, the 17th of July, the minister wrote again to the chairperson, says, "Dear Honorable Chairperson, request for reconsideration of appearance before the Portfolio Committee on 18 July 2025. I'm quoting everything. It says, I write in response to your letter dated 15 July regarding my scheduled appearance before the Portfolio Committee on 18 July 2025. At the outset, I reaffirm my profound respect for the National Assembly and the vital oversight role of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education. I'm acutely mindful of my constitutional duties as a cabinet minister under Section 92, subsection 2 of the Constitution, and remain fully committed to the principles of transparency and accountability to Parliament. However, I respectfully appeal for the committee's reconsideration of my request for a rescheduling of the session. I'm required to attend a stakeholder engagement focused on gender-based violence prevention and awareness and leadership capacity development within the higher education and training sector /TVETs, a program that was reallocated to this date following the non-authorization of the Minister of Higher Education and Training state visit to the People's Republic of China. This GBV engagement, involving student leaders, institutions, civil society organizations, and the department, addresses one of the most serious and systemic challenges affecting our post-school institution, especially young women. As the minister, I have made the prevention of GBV a strategic and moral priority within the post-school education and training sector, consistent with government's broader commitment. I acknowledge and do not diminish the importance of the committee's follow-up deliberations concerning the appointment process of City Accounting Authority chairpersons. I remain ready to appear, to clarify, and fully account on this matter. However, I respectfully request the committee to reconsider rescheduling the session to a mutually agreeable date in the following week, preferably 22 or 23 July 2025, taking cabinet commitments into account. This will enable me to participate meaningfully in both engagement without compromising either constitutional or stakeholders' obligation. Alternatively, I'm willing to make myself available for a virtual appearance after 5 or 1700 hours on either the 18th, which is today, or the 19th, tomorrow, should this assist the committee in maintaining its program whilst accommodating this critical GBV event. This request is made in good faith and not as an act of avoidance. Should the committee feel compelled to explore the use of other mechanisms such as subpoena, I must respectfully note that the public expenditure already committed towards the GBV program will regrettably be rendered wasteful, an outcome I believe we all seek to avoid. Chairperson, I remain at the committee's full disposal to agree on revised date or format for my appearance. And I recommit to corporate governance, sectoral accountability, and service to our people. Thank you for your consideration and continued leadership. Yours faithfully, signed by the Minister of Higher Education and Training. So this is the background, members, that I wanted to, let's put our hands down. Let's not, yeah. So this is the background that I wanted to give members so that we are all on the same page. And then this morning, I received an email from Didi Jingwenya, who wrote to us just after midnight You remember that DDG Ngwena had written to us. I'm getting serious advice here from. So DDG Ngwena wrote to us. You remember that she had written to us that she will come. So she wrote to us this morning. So there's a part that I'm not going to read here because I think it's a personal part which I don't think we must put here, but I'll read other parts. So she wrote to us and says, "Dear Honorable Chair, I write to extend my sincere apologies for not being able to attend the Portfolio Committee meeting scheduled for 18 July 2025. Please be assured that this apology is not in any way intended to convey disrespect or defiance towards the authority of Honorable Chairperson or Honorable members of the committee. My travel to Cape Town was approved in anticipation of attending the PC scheduled for 16 and 18 respectively. I traveled on Tuesday, 15 July, as per the approved itinerary, which is attached for your reference." So this one I'm going to skip because it speaks about personal things. On the evening of the 15th of July, 2025, an email was circulated from the Office of the Director General indicating that the Portfolio Committee meeting scheduled for 18 July has been cancelled, as the Minister had submitted an apology and consequently, departmental support will not be required. I subsequently sought clarification regarding our attendance, particularly for those of us who had received direct invitations from the Honorable Chairperson. However, no clear directive was issued from the Office of the Director General. A follow-up email later advised that we should remain on standby as the committee had requested the Honorable Minister to reconsider her apology. We informed that a final decision will be communicated in due course. In compliance with this instruction, I remained in Cape Town on standby throughout 16 July 2025. By 11:30 on 17 July 2025, no further communication had been received from the DG's office. Considering the financial implication, I sought permission from the Acting Director General to cancel my continued stay in Cape Town and return to Pretoria. This request was approved by the Acting Chief Financial Officer, and I subsequently rebooked on an afternoon return flight to OR Tambo International Airport. Unfortunately, official communication confirming the continuation of the Portfolio Committee meeting was only received while I was already mid-air en route to Johannesburg, and I was only able to see it upon landing. At that point, it was no longer feasible to return to Cape Town on the same day. This situation was further compounded by a personal arrangement made earlier in the day regarding my personal issue. So that's what he said. I apologize profusely and sincerely regret any inconvenience this may have caused. Your kind consideration of the above is greatly appreciated. So those would have been that would have been the background that I wanted to give. A few things that I want you to highlight as I'm going to give you to come speak. One would be to note that there would have been a letter from within the department coming from the Office of the Director General informing those in the department that our meeting has been cancelled, which we've never cancelled any meeting. Very disturbing. Number two is that one of the panelists, Asisi Pesolane, even after being reminded, has decided to blue tick us, has never said anything, and no apology, no confirmation, nothing. Number three, the minister is requesting that she can make herself available between 22 and 23 won't work because 23 were voting for appropriations. So the minister is making herself available for the 22nd of July, which is next week Tuesday. I like I said, I got the email late yesterday. I've not responded to it because it was late yesterday. I decided I'll table it here for consideration. So members must help us get to a reasonable conclusion on the matter, so that when we communicate something that is reasonable. So those are the three issues I'm tabling before you. So one is that, I had accepted the apology of the chief of staff because she had attached a medical certificate, and the medical certificate had indicated that she's been booked off sick until today. So these are the issues that when I note you, I want you to help us to conclude on what do we do, the way forward on each of them. One is the apology of Dr. Ngwenya, or DDG Ngwenya, Ms. Rolande Ngwenya, indicates that the office of the Director General had communicated that our meeting has been postponed. And we've never communicated such. What do we do there? One, when you speak, I want you to speak on those few things, and then we'll get into the number two. Assisi Pesolane, blue ticked. Yeah, you know this thing of Bluetooth, ne? No, you see this thing of Bluetooth. I was transferring something with Bluetooth, so they stuck with me. Blue ticked us. What do we do there? And then the request of the minister. What do we do with the request of the minister? So, okay, I'll write here. So when you speak, I want you to concentrate on these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are only three issues that we are going to speak on. So I'm going to time you to maximum 4 minutes to speak on these three issues. So I'll go this way. I'll start with you, Khabo, followed you with Khakao, Desiree, Mkize, Zondo, Gubane, Souls, Lonzi, and Low. Where's Younger? Oh, Younger is there. Younger, Low and Younger. Ungathanga futhi yabo. Yeah, uyehlise lento leyo ibeke.
7 days.
7 minutes.
7 minutes, yes. Yeah.
Minister is fine.
And then, thank you. Upper man. Can you see that I know how to plug? I'm a village girl, I know these things. Yeah, this is our 67 minutes, good people. 7 minutes to honor him. That's why we have decided to plan this trip. This is going to be followed by a drastic program where we are addressing capacity building program of the leadership of Safeta. And there are going to be many speakers. Others are going to also share their experiences as far as leadership is concerned. Because we have a responsibility to lay a second layer of leadership as the elders who are active who are also leaders, and you also want to empower women. Hence, you understand that previously men were dominating leadership spaces, but this time around you are saying women must be